Guys, so we're okay on the way with Billy there. Corky, do you want to kick us off?
Sure, I will. Hi, Billy. Michael Corkin here from RTE Radio.
Hi.
Congratulations on your first cap. Can you just tell us kind of how it felt to win it, what your thought process was during the week when you were called up, and just the excitement of standing on the side of the pitch coming on to play for Ireland for the first time?
Yeah, it was incredible. It was a strange old week. It was obviously being late coming into the squad. There was a lot of stuff to learn. So a lot of time with my head in the notebook and just trying to sort of. I'd been in camp before and the calls had all stayed pretty similar, but just sort of refreshing my mind. And then obviously it's not the circumstance that you want to go on with obviously Johnny pulling up with an injury, but yeah, it was probably the best thing for me because it just sort of chucked me out there in the deep end. Before I knew it, I was sort of going into the game expecting if I got 20 minutes I'd be over the moon, but to get on at 30 minutes was huge. And yeah, I loved every minute of it. It was a real enjoyable experience. The boys made it easy for me to sort of come in and sort of just fit in. And I think now it's just about taking that next step. I've had a little taste of it, and hopefully I can improve going forward and get more opportunities.
Now you've got a brother who plays international rugby, who has played international rugby for a different country. I know there's always been a bit of rivalry between the two of you, but a lot of support as well. Have you had a conversation with Freddie and what's he said to you since you put on the Irish shirt?
Yeah, it's I've got three older brothers and we're all very tight. So yeah, there was plenty of messages before the game. I was pretty calm going into the game, but every time I got a message from one of them, it was the thing that made me probably most nervous because you don't want to let any of those guys down. But no, there was great support. They sent me some nice sort of videos before the game, and yeah, it was a hugely proud moment for not just myself but my family and all the people that have helped me along the way to get to this stage. But like I said, I don't want to just be in for one game. I want to try and get back in that squad and play regularly. So plenty to improve on. But yeah, it was a huge amount of pride from both myself and my family on Friday night.
Just a final question from me. I mean, it's England this weekend. Assuming everything goes well for you medically this week, you have a strong chance of being involved on the starting or on the bench. I mean, just to play to get another taste of playing at the top level to test yourself again.
Yeah, listen, as you guys know, obviously selection's not until later on in the week, but yeah, if I can sort of tick all the boxes in the return to play protocol, which I'm trucking along well with at the moment, yeah, then hopefully I'm in the conversation for sure. If I get that opportunity, whether it be starting or off the bench, it will be great to get to put on the shirt again and hopefully contribute to the team to getting a big win over at Twickenham, which is one of the toughest places to go.
Cheers, man. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Can you talk about the influence that Johnny Saxton has had in your time down there?
Yeah, he's been great. Both him and Ross. They've obviously played in massive games, not only for their province but for their country as well. So, like I said last week, and when I came in prior to lockdown in the Six Nations, I was just trying to learn as much as I could off those guys. They've both got incredible rugby knowledge, and as I said, they've played on the biggest stage and they've achieved a lot. So both of them have been great for me. We have lots of mini meetings as tens, and as much as it might sound a bit cheesy, I've probably just tried to be a bit of a sponge and take as much as I can off those guys and learn from them. And if I can take one or two parts of their game and add it into mine, then that'll make me a better player and also will be better for the team. So they've been great. They're two of the best guys to learn off, and yeah, hopefully we're creating a good little competition where we can all push each other.
And a good collective of Ulster boys down there at the minute. I know Hendy and Jacob didn't get a chance, but how have they helped you prepare? And would you like to take the fight with them, I suppose, at the weekend?
Yeah, definitely. They've been great. Obviously, Stu being down here as well, and Jacob and Hendy and Rob, they've been great. They were great when I came down the first time before lockdown, as I said. It's quite a daunting thing coming into your first international camp, especially for me who didn't know too many of the guys. So they looked after me. But I feel comfortable in the environment now. I feel like like I said, I'm up to date with the way that we want to play, and I've got to know the guys, and the guys have been great with me as well. So yeah, it's been good having them to sort of ask the questions, but when I'm in the room at night, if there's anything I don't know or whatever. But yeah, if I can get the opportunity to run out with a couple of those boys at some stage, that'd be great. Obviously, I didn't get that opportunity on the weekend, but yeah, hopefully going forward there'll be another opportunity for that.
Hi, Billy. How did you feel actually winning? Obviously, it was unfortunate the way it ended. But how did you feel out of the pitch with the game?
Yeah, it was. After the game, it was all a bit of a blur, to be honest. Obviously, emotions were high, and it all happened so quickly. Obviously, I was devastated to go off the way I did, but I guess those things happen. In the game, there was parts that I was pleased with, but again, watching it back and reviewing it with coaches and the other players, there's definitely areas that I can improve on. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was. Obviously, I came on with that last 10 minutes of the half, and we had a fair bit of the ball. And then the first 20 minutes of the second half, Wales seemed to sort of get hold of possession a lot more. So it was a lot of defensive efforts. But yeah, all in all, it was okay. Like I'm happy enough. But I know that if I want to be playing in this team regularly, it's going to have to be a bit better than that. And like I said, I'm looking to just learn and try and improve week on week. And if I get another opportunity this week, then hopefully I can improve on the performance again. Yeah, it's been crazy. Obviously, I played age group with England, and then had a career at Gloucester, which I loved. I loved my time there. I always knew that I was Irish qualified, obviously through my grandfather, and the opportunity came up to go to Ulster first and foremost, and it was just an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. I felt it was the best place for me to go and improve as a rugby player and push on and hopefully try and play professional international rugby. So. Yeah, it's strange, but all the decisions I've made to get to this point have sort of come to fruition, I guess, because I managed to get out there on the weekend. But like I said, I don't want to be a guy who plays once and then disappears and just goes away again. I want to try and stay in the team and try and stay in the squad, which is going to be unbelievably tough. But hopefully I can get it done. But going back to your question, yeah, it's been a strange old journey to get here, but again. One day I think I'll look back with an immense sense of pride, and I'm happy to be here and happy to be trying to put my best foot forward.
Yeah, and just finally for me, like I think your family in Dublin. So what about everyone back over? Are they wearing green jerseys now? How does that time?
Yeah, they are. My mum and all that, they were mad for it. They're huge Irish fans. My dad's always had his Ireland jersey on. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one this weekend going against England. Obviously, I've got a lot of friends back there. Went to school in England and all that. So yeah, we'll see where their loyalties lie this weekend. Thanks, mate.
Billy, you mentioned a couple of times that you've played with a lot of the England players before. How much of an advantage is that for you so early in your international career?
Say that again, sorry?
How much of an advantage could it be playing against some of these guys for England this weekend who you've played so many times before with club and also England age group?
Yeah, I think generally speaking, most guys have played a lot against each other. I mean, you look at Leinster have played against Saracens a lot, and a lot of those Saracens guys are in that England squad. Obviously, I played in the Premiership for a good few years and played against a lot of those guys. So yeah, I guess it is potentially a little bit of a leg up that I know how a few of those guys work. But I think nowadays guys are so prepped on their analysis and stuff that you could ask anybody in the squad and they'll know pretty much most things about any of the England players that they're coming up against this weekend, and I'm sure they do the same about us. So yeah, it is a little bit of an advantage, I guess, and maybe I know a few little things that others might not, but on a whole, I don't think there's too much to be gained from it.
Can I just ask you as well, during the week an NFL quarterback was complaining that when they were calling plays, the opposition seemed to know what move it is they were about to run, and the analysis of that was, well, everyone can hear what you're saying because there's no crowd noise or background noise. Is that something that you've spoken with either Ireland or indeed Ulster, that maybe you might have to change calls a bit more often because people will be picking up on what it is you're actually saying out on the pitch?
No, it hasn't actually. Not for me anyway. I think generally speaking, when we call as 10s, especially at set plays or set piece or whatever it may be, you're always trying to hide the call from the opposition in case you want to use that call again later on in the game. I can see where it might be an issue for guys potentially at line-out time, but no, I've not really thought about it too much. But now you come to think it, I might try and listen to the game against Georgia a little bit more and hopefully pick up on some of those cues from England.
Okay, folks, we'll take the last couple there for Billy.
Billy, hi. Just wondering, in terms of Ireland haven't had much luck against England in recent games, how would you assess Ireland's relation to England at the moment? How much behind do you feel they are?
That's an incredibly tough question. I think we spoke a lot lately that we're a new group coming together, a lot of young guys coming in, a lot of guys sort of earning their first caps and stuff like that. So we're at the beginning of a journey, but we make no bones about it. We want to be winning trophies as soon as possible. So I don't think we're going to judge ourselves off anybody else. We know how good we can be and the levels that we can get to, and we're very much focused on ourselves getting better and not looking too much outside at others. I think, as I said, we've shown over the Six Nations and coming back in that there has been ups and downs, but we're working hard to get through and hopefully get good performances out on the pitch. And again, there's no bigger challenge than going to Twickenham this weekend. And I guess ultimately the result will be a good marker of where we are as a squad and sort of what position we are in going forward.
And just wondering, for you personally, obviously you've spoken about, you've played for England before, and to run out, if you do get cleared to play on Saturday, to run out in Twickenham, not in a white shirt, which I presume you must have dreamt of when you were younger, how conflicted will you feel?
How conflicted will I feel?
Yeah.
I won't feel conflicted at all. I'm very much here to play for Ireland. Like my passion's to play for Ireland. I loved representing Ireland on the weekend. So there'll be none of that. I'm fully focused on, if I do get the opportunity and things go well with the return to play, it'll all about getting the win for us. It doesn't matter whether we're playing England, New Zealand or whoever. It's all about getting the result for us.
Okay, guys, thanks very much. Thanks, Billy.
Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thank you. All the best.